your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wachi.
Well, Gope is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines, review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, and you are also welcome to our news headline review. This is your go-to platform for insightful discussions and informed perspectives on the latest headlines making waves in the news. We bring you the most relevant stories. As usual, I am your host, Esinam Fiagbedu, and joining me today on our news headline review is Ms. Deborah Adoso and Ms. Regina Bless. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
We are great. What of you?
I'm fine. I must say that I'm much excited this morning because of our victory in last night's football.
Ghana won.
Oh,
yeah, 3-0.
3-0. You know, I predicted 2-1.
I also predicted 2-1.
Oh yes.
I wish them the best.
Yeah.
Oh
they
yes.
did their best.
And they shamed you because you didn't have faith in them.
They didn't. I was hoping for the best for them.
See, they understand the reset in Ghana now. Like it entered them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to all our Blaster players. Yeah. So let's dive straight into our headline for today. Sorry. Minority accuses agent of abusing his office by carrying out unlawful raids. The Minority Caucus in Parliament has accused the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, of abusing his office by ordering searches, arrests, and conducting investigation into former government appointees. The group claimed that the current actions of national security operatives ordered by the agent undermined the constitutional mandate of the office. Addressing journalists in Parliament on Monday, March 24th, Second Deputy Minority Whip Jerry Ahmed called on the Attorney General to immediately halt such actions. According to Ahmed, photographs circulating on social media show signs of distractions and ransacking. Ahmed raised several questions regarding the legality and conduct of the raid, particularly questioning why, if a court-issued warrant truly existed, it was not presented to Dr. Addison before or during the operations. So the minority in Parliament alleged that the Attorney General, that is Dr. Dominic Ayeni, has been ordering unlawful raids, arrests, and investigation targeting former government officials. The minority also claims that the Attorney General's actions undermine the constitutional mandate of his office by involving himself in security operations beyond legal persecution. So the second deputy minority whip, that is Jerry Ahmed, demands that the Attorney General stops these actions immediately. And then he also says that social media images reportedly shows ransacked properties and signs of destructions, raising further concerns about the legality and conduct of searches. Now, the minority questions why such search warrant was not presented, why a warrant wasn't presented to Dr. Addison before or during the operation. Does it truly exist? So this is what the minority is saying. Yesterday they held a press conference.
Yeah.
Yes, right at the Parliament House, and this is what the deputy minority whip, that is that is Ahmed. Yeah, that's what he said. What do you make of it? Do you think it's politically motivated? Because it looks like they are targeting only those in opposition, those that left government. Because NPP was also in parliament as well.
Yeah.
So why are they not targeting their people and they are targeting the oppositions?
You see, first of all, it's not politically motivated.
Good.
And they are saying that the AG is actually intimidating them and he's not passing through the right procedures. But I don't see it that way. You see, why will you panic or why will you rant if you feel that you are not guilty, or if you feel like you've not done anything wrong? You see, he's not going after appointees that he feels that they have nothing, they have no filth. When I say filth, you understand. He's not going for appointees that it's like they haven't done anything. I'm sure he's going after appointees that there is this question mark on them that they've either maybe allegedly maybe because lost to the state or something that and you see, you cannot just sit down and say that. As I am sitting here, I cannot just sit down, open my mouth to say that you are a thief. You see, I have to bring out evidence and everything that proves that you are not. And I'm sure that the AG has gone through the right means and procedures, and your government was in power before. So who do you want him to go after? NDC is now in power, right?
But they were also in parliament as well as minority.
Yes, they were. He just started. He just started, and definitely he will start with the previous government.
But it actually looks as if all we are hearing is all about the NPP government appointees.
It's a step-by-step something.
So you are hopeful that he's going to bring out lists for NDC government appointees who were also involved in corruption.
If only the NDC appointees were involved in corruption or corruption-related activities, definitely he's going to fish them out. But for me, I feel like these ones are the ones that are really, very bad enough. Look at the amount of money that we saw yesterday that was squandered by former NSA boss. So you look at all this and then you go after issues that you feel like it's so much like it's a whole concern to the state. I'm not saying that the NDC appointees are not involved in, they may be involved in corruption, but I feel like he's taking, it's a step-by-step something. And then he say raiding former Bank of Ghana's whatever, and they're saying he's not taking the legal procedure. I'm not sure any attorney general will just wake up and then go to raid someone's house or go to investigate a person without giving the person further notice. So everything is in process, but I feel like since they are demanding a proof or something, maybe he should come out with it and prove to them that they've really done their work. But I feel like the attorney general will not just stand up to go into someone's house or to raid someone's house as they are saying without passing through the right procedures or sending a further notice to the person. So I just believe maybe it's a political tactics, the minority.
So the minority is also saying that the Attorney General is ordering unlawful raids arrests and investigations, do you see the raids as unlawful? Miss Regina.
Hi. The raids. Okay, so first of all, I would take you from this angle. I want former ex Bank of Ghana governor, that is Dr. Addison, to come out and give us a proof if truly they gave him a warrant. Because when all this brouhaha was going on, all we were hearing was the raid was a lawful one, but up till now you wouldn't see any document citing that this is the formal search warrant to for the go ahead to search Dr. Addison's home. So if truly he was given a search warrant, I feel he should come out, present it to the public, or the Attorney General should come out, present it to the public. The minority in Parliament have every right to term this raid as unlawful.
Why?
Because none of us or none of them have seen any formal search warrant anywhere. Have you seen one?
I haven't seen one.
We haven't seen one, but they are just saying it with their mouth. Just that was last week Friday. Attorney General came out to say that, not that I think Justice Sai, he came out to say that the search was a lawful one. So if truly is a lawful one, as a deputy minister for justice or whatsoever, I know that everything you deal with should be legal, everything you deal with should be evidence based. So just come out and present to us that document. Until then, we would all term it as unlawful. And also the Attorney General do not have the direct power to order a search, or do not have the direct power to arrest. It goes through the legal jurisdiction and also the security personnel.
Okay.
So for him to have the direct power that I'm ordering these people to do this, no. You have to present your case. If the court, Supreme Court, High Court sees that truly this person is with guilt or is with filth, then this is your search warrant. Go ahead and search it. But he automatically doesn't have the direct power to do that. You just tax a security force, go and search this person's house and all that. And also he's saying, we'll come back to that. I was about to address the raid. I don't know if you come back to that.
Okay, so that takes us to the functions of the AJ.
Okay,
what are some of the because the minority claims that agent's actions undermine the constitutional mandate of his office by involving himself in security operations beyond legal prosecutions. So what are some of the duties or the functions of the Attorney General?
So the Attorney General, he is the chief legal officer, provides legal advice to the government, represents the state in legal matters, and oversees criminal prosecution, ensuring the rule of law and fair administration of justice. When I said the criminal prosecution, you did like this. So criminal prosecution, whatever evidence you have against the person, you go ahead, present your evidence to courts, then they would formally charge that person of that guilt. But when all you do is tag that person with that crime, that is what is wrong. Yesterday I had a chance to listen to a lawyer talking, and with the same thing I'm saying, that was what he said, that as an attorney general, you don't go about claiming that this person is a suspect or claiming that this person has done this. All you are doing is just tagging the person with that crime. But if truly you have evidence, the right thing for you to do is go to court, present your evidence, and the courts, the Supreme Court or High Court or whatsoever court you present your evidence to, will now come out to formally charge that person of that crime. So if all you do is tag that person, and he also said this is where it brings us to people doubting our jurisdiction, people doubting our court, our judges and all that, because you've putting it in our mindset, or we all have that perception that, of course, once the Attorney General has come out to say that S&M has done this, and they go to court, and court or the judge sees, or after the final verdict, S&M is free. S&M is free of any charges, is free of any guilt. That is where people start doubting the should I say chief justice, judges and all that. I wanna say so truly is our government or is our law really working? So he says before the Attorney General will go about tagging people and holding press conferences, you have to charge the person. So when you come, you know that this press conference I'm holding it with vivid evidence. I'm holding it with this court directive that this person has done this person has done this person has done this. But you don't just come, you just tag the person just like that.
So it's not a So it's actually not the responsibility of the Attorney General to be ordering raids and then security checks.
No, it is not his duty, but it is the duty of the law enforcement agencies and also judges and magistrates. So whatever evidence you have, present it to courts, then they will do the needful, and he also has the right to oversee to all these operations.
So if he's overseeing, then I think he has the mandate to
He doesn't have the mandate to order.
So who orders
He's making the courts, the law enforcement agencies,
to
and
go
also
and search.
the they would give you the legal should I say documents, then they present it to the security personnel, then they will do that. But that is why we have someone called the supervisor, making
so
sure
in this
that
case, the AJ is the supervisor.
Exactly. Do you get my point?
So who reports to the AJ?
Who reports
So who goes to do the search and reports to the AJ? Is it the police officers or the national security?
The police officers
that go and do the search, and then they report back to the Attorney General.
Since he's the legal entity.
Okay, but he doesn't
have the direct orders
mandate to.
Yes, as a police officer, you the police officer, you don't have the direct order to should I say, you have the right to arrest someone based on something, but you don't have the evidence. That is why when they arrest someone, they arraign the person for courts, so that the court will do justice to that person. But you don't have the direct order to do that.
So the deputy minority whip, which is Jerry Ahmed, also demands that the AJ stop these actions immediately. And then he also said social media images reportedly show ransacked properties and signs of destruction, raising further concern about the legality and conduct of the searches. So from what he's saying, he's making his reports based on the images he has seen on social media. And then can we trust that? Because here lies the case. Who knows? Dr. Addison can also formulate that and then take pictures of it and just post it. Because here lies the case. This is actually a person who they claim who is alleged to have a link of his CCTV camera linked to the Bank of Ghana for him to be seeing things. And then you think if I'm going to raid the house of this person, I have to inform the person. No. So raiding is more or less like a surprise visit you are giving to the person. You are going to search the person's house. And I think that if he was informed before going, maybe he would have disconnected.
But you know that you can still go impromptu, having your documents that we are from so and so, and this is the documents giving us the authority or giving us the right to search your home. So it's not necessarily calling the person or phone or giving presenting a document beforehand. You understand what I'm trying to say.
No, come again.
You don't understand. Debbie, you understand what I'm trying to say?
I'm trying to get you.
You are trying to get
So
me.
come
Okay,
again.
so I'm trying to say, as she said, that this is someone who has CCTV camera linked to their Bank of Ghana,
Yes.
and you are trying to say that if these people call him beforehand to inform him that we are about to search your home, you have the ample time to put things in order. That's what you are trying to say.
Yes. Or even disconnect. because Immediately they entered the house, what they did first, from reports or from stories I've read in the news, they said when they went to his house, the first thing they went to was his vault. And this is a vault that they used to keep malleable assets.
Yeah.
That was where they went to first. And then I also saw that they seized 2 of his vehicles, which was retrieved after. And then I also read that his CCTV cameras were also disconnected as well.
So I'm saying that you can still go ahead, present a legal search warrant document to the person there and there, because you've seen instances where you don't need to give the person a document beforehand.
You know, you can also go without maybe getting a warrant from a court.
You
You can go to raid someone's house without getting.
That is
Yes.
unlawful.
It's not. See, let's read this. Raiding is usually conducted, as you said, with a warrant or court order, which authorizes law enforcement to enter and search a premises. However, in some cases, law enforcement may conduct a raid without a warrant if they have probable cause to believe a crime is being committed, or if there is an imminent threat to public safety. So it's not always about you getting a warrant, but when you feel like, or maybe you've indicated a crime somewhere, you can actually go there too. Do your search or whatever.
I feel that is in case of emergencies. But let's use this man for example, PDD. This man who was arrested and his home was raided when case of he's a gay. He's
The baby oil.
the baby oil man.
Is it Didi?
Yes, he's called Didi Sin Combs here,
Yeah,
something like
okay.
that. With this case, they should I say, he was being investigated, but on the day that he was raided, it was a tip-off that was given to them, so they had to go in immediately and do that.
So I think with the national security as well, they also had a tip.
Which tip-off?
Oh no, you might not know.
Okay. Oh, so you also might not know. It must not be a tip-off. It must
Because
be a tip-off.
assuming you've not heard anything, why would you go and raid my house? So I believe it's because they heard something. That is why they had to raid the house. So could it be that because they didn't go with warrants, that is why the minority?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's
they have every right. They have every right to do that.
But as we also read, you can actually go without a warrant once you have a tip off.
Yeah.
Because if I tell you that, may Baba said you feel and that is you going to sweep off the evidence that we need to work with.
You raiding someone, so either with or without a warrant, I feel that shouldn't lead to distraction.
Oh, but what the Attorney General did, is it really leading to
the
distraction?
extent of
No.
them even saying that
It's
they stole
rather
some of their
fishing out
money and-
corrupt officials in the system, and I feel
No. There's a difference between you fishing out a corrupt official and you going to the person's home to destroy some properties.
Oh no, but this
Fine.
was a case where he went to destroy. But was it a case
And
where
we
he
were all
destroyed
here
people's
when they
properties?
came out to say that is it 10,000 Ghana cedis was
10,000
missing,
Ghana cedis, and
jewelries of the wife were missing, and also the cars
That
were.
jewelry they said was the jewelry of the former. No.
We are talking about the
that one is
ex-governor
Cecilia
here.
Dapa. That one
Yeah.
is Cecilia Dapa.
Yeah, sure.
And right now, with regards to the jewelries and then the money that was stolen, so Attorney General and then the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, has strongly rebuked Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin over allegations regarding a search conducted by National Security Operative at the residence of former Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison. Afenyo had claimed that during the operation, personal belongings, which include jewelry and money belonging to Addison's wife, were stolen by the security personnel. And now, AJ is saying that if Afenyo is daring him, he will make that recording available. So he should resist from Malayan law enforcement officers who are conducting investigations and myself for work we are doing. So this is what Dr. Ayeni is saying.
But he has the recording.
So
which recording?
So meaning you might not know.
He has the
national security
evidence or something.
Maybe have body cameras.
I feel that the best man who needs to come out to explain himself is the ex-governor, because you are the one who your home was being raided.
So if something is missing,
yes,
why
you need to come
out?
And there are accusations and allegations flying about that these security personnel have taken jewelries and amounts of money and even cars, to the point that you were being called that Okani Ediesi Hanum. If truly it is a lawful raid, what right do you have to take a vehicle? Because you are taking that vehicle, I feel, as evidence. So to me, a so I feel he's the only one who has the right, who is the best man to come out and explain if truly these things were stolen, so that we will all keep our mouth shut. Because it looks like it's going.
Attorney General, please release the video. Right?
That's the only way.
Yeah, he should just release the video. If you claim that your people didn't,
if he doesn't release this video, this allegations of people doing
and that is going to be a bad name for
and
the national security.
I feel that the way he's going about saying that he dares Afenyo Makin, it means that there's something fishy going on. Because
national security, I believe that national security won't go to your house without body cameras. They'll definitely go. So if you are saying that indeed they stole the money, Attorney General, release the video. Release the video.
But sincerely speaking, I'm not sure a national security officer will go to search someone's house and then at the end of the day you end up stealing what you are there to search for, to get what you want, maybe for your to guide you in your investigation, and then at the end of the day you go taking something.
Because I'm not trying to accuse Afenyo Makin here of for creating a plot or something, but right after the incident we saw pictures circulating where just on put the
that's it.
Just say
so to make it
that even makes it suspicious
for it to look a bit legal or fair. I feel like the Attorney General should release anything that he has to release for the public to hold this kind of trust.
So why hasn't Dr. Addison reported the case?
Exactly.
That when the national security personnel came to your house to come and do their search and then their investigation, they took this money. Why having to go to the police to do this, but rather, why? Afenyo and a lawyer,
which means his
that is how it looks like.
We were here when Ken Oforiate's home was also raided. Did we hear of any incidents where something was stolen? So this is question for the gods.
His silence is a concern.
All right. We spent too much time on our first story. Let's move on to our second news headline. Ghana races to meet next IMF review as government outlines economic fixes. Finance Minister Dr. Keso Atto-Forson has assured that government is taking decisive steps to meet its next International Monetary Fund review in April by addressing structural benchmarks missed under the previous administration. He has said that corrective measures are already underway to strengthen the country's economic performance and sustain its recovery efforts. Dr. Forson made these remarks during a meeting with the German ambassador to Ghana, where discussions focused on Ghana's economic progress, energy sector reforms, and bilateral cooperation. In the context of Ghana's ongoing debt restructuring, Dr. Forson highlighted the substantial progress the government has made, with the primary focus now on finalizing bilateral agreements with external creditors. He called for Germany's assistance in accelerating the in accelerating this process, stressing that the timely completion of these agreements is vital to Ghana's economic recovery. So, the finance minister, which is Dr. Kesel Atufosens, assures that Ghana is taking decisive steps to address missed structural benchmarks from the previous administration in preparation for the next IMF review in April. So the government is implementing economic reforms to strengthen the country's fiscal performance and sustain recovery efforts. So he met with the German ambassador to discuss Ghana's economic progress, which is in the energy sector reforms and bilateral cooperation. Well, my panelists, do you think that's a good move he made right there?
Yeah. Okay, so I feel it's a good move because I wouldn't blame our past administration, but all I can say is sometimes it looks like most of the initiative our past administration brought up was full of loopholes. And now that our current administration are trying their possible best to restructure it and also present key measures to make sure that all these things is a success, I feel it's a commendable one. They should also come out, give us the key measures they've outlined to also help us,
so that they also don't make the same mistake.
Yes, yeah, they have to be transparent as far as I can comprehend, and also because at the end you might say you've given key measures, but at the end it might not be in favor of us, and we would hold you accountable. We won't spare you, we would hold you accountable. And also, before they go, I feel they should come together with some stakeholders, people who have knowledge about the financial issues, and also, for example, economics and all that. I feel they should come together with all these intellectuals for them to bring their ideas on board. They can't do it on their own. So as the saying goes, two heads are better than one.
And you know that the IMF provides financial assistance to countries facing economic challenges, but in return there are some requirements you need to meet before they give you the money, more or less like a condition. And then, per my research, these are some common IMF requirements, which include reducing budget deficits. So the government must cut unnecessary spending and increase revenue to balance its budget, improve tax collection, reducing subsidies, controlling inflation, exchange rate adjustments, and debt restructuring. There's a lot, so these are just a few. So here the previous government actually didn't meet the benchmarks, and someone might ask that what is the benchmark? The benchmark is actually a standard or a target set to measure performance or progress. So this is what the previous government failed to meet. So before they go in for the money, before IMF give you the money, it requires something, and the previous government, this is what they required for them. So they were to achieve a surplus of 0.5% of gross domestic products, which they failed to. They recorded a deficit of 3.9% of GDP. Now, when it comes to inflation, they were supposed to maintain inflation rate at 15%. But here lies the case. Inflation rose to 23.8% in 2024. That's
very bad.
Very bad.
Very, very bad.
Very, very, very bad.
Very, very.
And then for social protection spending, their target was to meet specified levels of expenditure on social protection programs to support vulnerable populations. And this is the outcome. The government failed to meet the required spending levels, missing this critical benchmark.
You know, with I feel that with all the IMF requirements for you to get money from them, I feel first of all it's a way to help you as a country
assess yourself,
because there are certain should I say spending you are not supposed to be doing. You are going for you are. So Debbie, I'm coming for loan. You see me all dressed. It's good not to look like a problem, yeah. But all dressed, chape. You'll be seeing on my status. I'm going here. I'm eating this. I'm big food, and I'll be coming for loan. It doesn't make sense.
You get me?
Was it just yesterday our president made a directive where textbooks will be produced locally in Ghana? And with that being said, I think almost 530 million Ghana cedis would be in Ghana, would be in our economy without like no spending. It wouldn't be recklessly spent or something. And this all boils down to the directive the IMF wants from Ghanaians or wants from any country that comes to seek for loan. Because you can't be living a luxurious life and still come out to be seeking for money. There are a lot of initiatives, there are lots of spending the past governments did, which I feel didn't align with the directive, which didn't align with their rules. But when you can need the
so if I see that you are spending so much, like what is going to move me to even
to help you
if you come back again,
even though the money
I gave you like conditions and I gave you requirements and you failed to meet that target. So what Dr. Keselato Forson is going for a review and is going to negotiate with these creditors to restructure its debt. And with this they are seeking support from countries like Germany. So Germany is going to be like intermediary, like a liaison, like Bekebi Mame, so that the process can proceed faster. Yeah, Miss Debbie.
You see, I feel like we spend more than we save. We spend more.
We bite more than we can chew.
We save less. And you see, IMF like that, as you said, it comes with a whole lot of requirements. But then if we are supposed to go for that money, and then the requirements given us, and at the end of the day, we don't meet that requirement, then what should we say about you, or what do you think or expect the Ghanaian citizens to see? Well, for me, I will see you and the previous government to be the same people. But you see, looking at our economy as it stands now, there is nothing we can do. We have to go for a financial assistance because we can bring out the best, policy, the best, whatever we call it, to derive money for the country. But still, I'm not sure we are going to meet that target. So what I would say is that we shouldn't be only interested in going to the IMF always. But after going to the IMF, we should also sit down and then pinpoint some mistakes that have been committed by the previous government, or some mistakes you think that if it's not put into consideration, we will still run a loss and run back to the IMF again. And running back to the IMF is just like you being a slave. You're in your country, but yes, they are giving you orders and you are supposed to obey. I don't know, but during Mohammed's tenure, his first term in office, I was told the allowances that was not given to the nurses and teachers were directives from the IMF. I don't know whether it's true. Okay, so let me say it's alleged that the allowances that wasn't given to the teachers and the nurses was a directive from the IMF. Then time to direct that money into building, creating jobs, let me put it that way, so that after you are done with school you can actually get a place to work, so that it won't be as if you are taking the allowances, then at the end of the day you complete and you come to stay in the house, and you will also be a burden to the government and to your society as a whole. So we should not only be interested in going to the IMF, but we should sit down, think, what are we doing wrong, what should we do right after we've gone to the IMF. Because going to the IMF, and then at the end of the day, you see, We cry in this country that there is no money, but all the money we've been taken from the IMF, where is it going to?
Where is it going to?
We should ask ourselves those questions.
The money are not doing the rightful deed they are
where
meant
is
for.
the money going to? And then they'll go for the money. The money is being allocated into sectors we see no improvement, but the money is into someone's pocket, and then they come out to tell us that there is no money, but there is money in Ghana. I feel like there is money. Sure,
there's money,
but it's in the possession. It's in the possession of a few people in the country. So we should sit down and think about this whole thing. When we don't put all these things into consideration, we'll keep going to IMF, coming back, and then there is nothing. There is nothing to show, and there is nothing to prove. And I would say the IMF, but if it is me,
you not come back.
I won't even give you people, like, I will not even assist you again.
You not come
You see,
back.
because if I'm lending you money, I have to see improvement. Even if we are doing business together and sometimes to see that there is improvement in what you are doing. They said don't tell me how to eat, but tell me how to fish, right? So if I'm telling you how to fish, me being your leader, I'm expecting you to grow, even grow bigger than I am. But when I'm lending you the money and I don't see what you are doing with the money, and what's me more poba? They say
So I think what is worrying us as a country is mismanagement and dishonesty. Mismanagement, dishonesty, greedy people.
It's true.
Because I don't have 18 billion dollars, so let me put it this way, allege. So it's alleged that anytime Ghana has to borrow, a former finance minister has a cut.
Oh yes. Alleged. I also alleged.
I don't have 18 million dollars
on it.
Alleged. So what is worrying us as a country is ourselves, is the individual and our leaders, those that are put in those positions. Are they being transparent and honest enough with us, with our money? See, we need to this is actually a wake up for Ghanaians. And then if we are saying that we are an independent country, we should behave as such.
We are not. We
are hoping, we are resetting Ghana. So we are hoping that if we claim that we are independent countries, I think we should behave as such. And this begins from us.
And reduce our expenditure.
And this begins from us, we the individuals. We need to renew and change our mindset on certain things in this country. Yeah. So due to time, I'm so sorry. Due to time, this is where we draw the curtains for our news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Good morning. Thank you for joining me again on Debbie's Grill. Of late, looking at what is going on is so disheartening. Looking at what is going on in our country. Let's read this. The former Director General of the National Service Authority, Osei Asibi, allegedly paid a Ghanaian member of parliament to suppress media coverage of ghost name scandal. This revelation came from the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayenen, during a briefing on the investigation into the scandal. According to him, 8 suspects linked to the National Service Scheme scandal have been interrogated, with several providing incriminating evidence. The investigation has uncovered evidence of payments made to top executives, the National Service, by private vendors, as well as evidence that the CEO of the NSS and others paid an MP to kill the story in the media and defend them. The investigation is expected to conclude by mid-April, with prosecutions set to begin thereafter. And the ghost name scandals involves a significant discrepancy in the National Service payroll, with 81,885 suspected ghost names discovered. So we all know of the story. I mean, we've heard it some time ago, that they've been ghost names that have been identified. They do not exist in our institutions, but they are being paid. They are being paid every month, and it was identified, and up to now we don't know whose pocket that money is. But then the Attorney General made or has disclosed something yesterday. And you see, we sit in this country and we feel like there is no money in the country, but trust me, we are rich. We have money in this country, but the money is in possession of some group of people in this country. They are in the possession of people we don't know. They are in the possession of people we believe stand in for us. We believe they speak on our behalf. We believe they are the people that we can entrust our life and the development of the country into their hands. But at the end of the day, they failed us. They do fail us. So the NSS boss, yesterday it was alleged that he was arrested for diverting over 70 million into private accounts. And then here also, members of parliament, our own people, our own representatives in parliament, that are supposed to speak on our behalf, that are supposed to bring initiatives or things that will bring development, not only to your constituency, but the country as a whole, was paid to pay other media houses to subdue the news. You see, that when I saw this thing, I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't surprised, because there have been cases that has been raised, and then it goes so viral on all social media handles for some minutes or weeks, and then at the end of the day, the news is dead. You hear nothing about it. And I asked myself, like, how? Because this issue is an issue of is a national interest, and it has to be talked about consistently, so that those who need to be prosecuted are prosecuted, so that it will serve as example to other corrupt officials. But we don't do it, not knowing some of my colleagues working in other media houses are being paid to subdue the news, to prevent it from going viral. And we sit down, we hold these people, we respect them, but they don't have us at heart. They cause losses to the state, and we allow them to go just like that. We pinpoint people that are being, clothed with corruption, and at the end of the day, we see nothing happening to it. And then we go about paying people. We go about, bribing and doing things not to be known as suspects. And then in return, we the citizens suffers the most. We suffer more. Yes, we do. How can ghost names amounting to 81,885, they are nowhere to be found, but they were receiving money monthly? So where does the money goes to? We have no idea. And then these CM people will come out to convince us, and then we follow them. And we, the media houses that are supposed to stand on our grounds, to hold them accountable, to keep hitting their back, for them to do the right thing, we are now siding with them. So, in a way, looks like we, the media houses, are promoting corruption. We are injecting them to corrupt more, to milk from the state, to do things unlawfully. Then we sit back and we clap for them. Just because of a one bottle of Coca-Cola and a fat envelope. Then we shut our mouth and we sit down to allow these people to loot us, to milk from the ass, to milk from us, to the extent that the country has grown lean, because we are not being fed with a nutritious food. When I say food, you understand, right? We are not being fed well. Why? Because those who are supposed to put things in their right places, those who we claim to have entrusted power into their hands to do the right thing, are not doing the right thing. Paying people to keep quiet. No wonder we've seen a lot of issues that have escalated. We've seen a lot of scandal issues, corrupt issues that have been brought on social media. We talk about it today, the next day we are quiet. We say it today, the next day we are silenced. We don't want to talk about it again. I've been wondering, but it's now I've got to understand, because we've been taking something and it must stop. We are for the people. We speak for the people. We are supposed to let them know that they are doing the wrong thing, not to stand by them and motivate them to do the wrong thing. And we sit down and they loot us. We sit down and then they spend the money of the state just like that. Taxes paid by you and I. And then we sit down to complain that there is no money in this country. And they continue to loot and loot and loot, and we are being quiet. We need to change. And it will begin from you and I. If they don't want to do the right thing, we are supposed to push them to do the right thing. Because the more we keep singing about the same song every day, and it keeps ringing in their minds, they will be accountable. But when we choose to keep quiet, to be silent, because we are taking a bottle of Coke and Fanta and a fat envelope, then remember, when this country crashes, we are all going to crash. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Welcome to Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, where I bring to you today in history. And do you know, I answer to the name Miss Regina Bliss. So without wasting much time, today in history, in 1965, after a period of political instability and conflict following independence, a civil war erupted in the Democratic Republic of Congo, then known as Zaire, culminating in Joseph Mobutu seizing power in a coup. On March 25th today, 1975, King Faisal of Saudi Arabia was assassinated by his nephew Faisal bin Musaid, an event that had significant implications for Africans' relations with the Arab world, particularly due to Saudi Arabia's role as a major player in the region and its influence on African affairs. In 2006, today in history, the African Union launched the African Peer Review Mechanism to promote good governance and democracy in Africa, a voluntary self-monitoring tool for AU member states to assess and improve their governance performance. Moving to Did You Know for today. Did you know that the concept of homework was first introduced by an Italian pedagogue named Roberto Neves in 1905? Did you also know that the word quarantine originated from the Italian quaranta, meaning 40, which was the number of days ships were isolated to prevent the spread of disease during the Black Death? Did you also know that the longest recorded lesson was taught by Professor Michael Holmes, who taught a 50-hour, 4,800 minutes lesson on the history of the English language in 2014? Did you also know that the ancient Egyptians developed a decimal system and used arithmetic and geometric methods for solving problems around 2000 BCE? And that's all for today on Today in History and Did You Know, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
The concept of what? Homework.
Yes, homework. So if not for that man, Anka, there's nothing like homework in this world. Maybe I'll share beer. Yeah, so the concept of homework was brought in 1905.
But it's good to do homework.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Once you get to the house,
hey, sleep, television,
and food.
And
if you don't have homework, you not open the book.
Yeah, and I'm also glad because our parents, especially most strict parents, the moment you get back from work, when you are done eating, taking your bath, they'll just ask, "Who your homework and
why your homework?
Why your homework?"
Okay. And you know, there is one thing funny about students: when they give you their homework, you won't do it all. The next morning,
when you're dressing up,
you know, in SHS, I really did that until one time our assistant headmaster, stood in front of the gate. So wherever you are coming from, you just have to enter the class straight, and when you get there, put your homework down. That day must say shit. I didn't do my homework. Yeah, boom yo.
Yeah, boss.
So since then,
what's the son?
Especially you when even you are coming to work, you see students on books in the one.
Yeah,
then they are rapping.
Especially when it has to do with math.
Sure.
You're fun to see her.
I saw something though. Yes, brace yourselves for rumble in the jungle. Corruption cases soon. Dr. Ayeni. So Dominic Ayeni, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, has sent shockwaves through the country with his latest announcement, hinting at a series of corruption cases that will be revealed in the coming weeks. So Attorney General remarks follows the arrest of former National Signals Bureau Director General Kwabna Edu-Boahen, who has been accused of diverting $7 million meant for the procurement of a cyber defense system into his private account. But why are we like that?
Why are Ghanaians like that?
I don't understand.
Corrupt officials everywhere.
But look at the money you are being paid. And I believe with the money you are being paid, it comes with allowances.
Yeah.
So like what else do you want?
You don't even pay for fuel and all that. You are giving a voucher. It is what it is.
And money that has been assigned that she should use it for a national. You're not even scared. He said people have conscience. Hey, you're not
because whatever you do, you definitely pay for it.
Account for it.
Hey, you chop money
to the extent that he has. It was alleged that he has 3 passports, 2 Ghanaian passports and 1 foreign passport. It is only a criminal.
Is that true?
But he's not the only one who was arrested. His wife was also arrested and other associates.
They have 10 companies.
They do.
They are rich.
I
wanted to say, but I didn't say it.
They are rich. I'm just happy it didn't come out, but they are rich.
So I saw a story regarding this Edubuahin. According to the AG Iron, he's saying Edubuahin is a high flight risk. As she said, he has 3 passports. And the Attorney General is saying he has directed the ECHO, the Economic Crime Unit System, to release and re-arrest him again. With this statement, I don't really understand.
Now, Manasseh Azuri Awini, he said people steal so bluntly from the states because they get away with it
easily.
I hope no powerful chiefs intervene for the thieves. But he has a point though. People actually steal from the government because they right now they are saying that 290 million Ghana cedis is required to bail Edubuahin and their wife. If they get away with this, why won't someone also go and steal?
You see,
if you jail them, life in prison.
Yesterday, I saw something. Someone was comparing the previous government and this government, and it was like both the MPP and the NDC, they are the same. Because when MPP came into power, they made noise of, arresting people in the previous government. They didn't. So, do we think that this current government will do same?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right after the news, we'll be coming up with the second segment with a come-up show, and then Debbie and I and Omari will be coming up with insightful discussion and our perspectives. Thank you so much. Stick and stay with us.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Daybreak News on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, AG to Afenyo Makin stop maligning security officers. Edubuahin arrested for diverting $7 million into private accounts, INA. Sophia Kufu calls for nationwide crackdown on Galamsey. A doom fire was not caused by power outage. ECG dispels rumor. This business, sports and showbiz is coming in this morning's bulletin. The news will be read by Awentemi Akansukum. Now let's settle for the details. Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dr. Dominic Ayine has strongly rebuked Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo Makin of allegations regarding a search conducted by national security operatives at the residence of former Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison. Afenyo Makin had claimed that during the operation, personal belongings, including jewelry and money belonging to Addison's wife, were stolen by the security personnel. Addressing these allegations at the press conference Monday, March 24, Dr. Ayene dismissed them as baseless and an insult to the security service. He further assured the public that all investigative procedures were conducted ethically and in the best interest of the nation. Now, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dominic Ayine has disclosed that the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, NSB, Kobna Edubuahin, was arrested in connection with a controversial $7 million cyber defense system contract, which was diverted into his private account. The revelation was made during a press conference Monday, March 24, where the Attorney General detailed the circumstances surrounding the case. According to Mr. Ayene, the arrest was linked to alleged financial misconduct involving the transfer of public funds intended for the procurement of cybersecurity infrastructure. Ayene said the contract was valued at $7 million with the objective of strengthening Ghana's ability to detect, prevent, and respond to cyber threats, data breaches, and digital espionage. Despite the strategic importance of the project, the Attorney General revealed that Kobna Eduboahing engaged in unauthorized financial transactions, diverting funds meant for the cyber defense system. Now, moving to some other stories this morning, former Chief Justice and Distinguished Fellow of the Institute of Economic Affairs, Justice Sophia Ekofo, has called for a nationwide crackdown on illegal mining activities. Her call comes amid growing concerns about environmental destruction, including polluted water bodies, depleted forest cover, and reports of illegal miners invading forest reserves. Speaking at a press conference on maximizing the benefits of Ghana's natural resources, Justice Ekofo warned of the dire consequences of unchecked illegal mining activities. All that we are doing is allowing the framework of law and order in our country to be chipped away till one day we find out that we are standing on air because everyone is engaged in illegality, she said. Justice Sophia Ekofo also expressed concern over the proliferation of arms fueling illegal mining and other illicit activities in the country. There are too many illegal guns in the system backing illegal mining, illegal felling of timber, and smuggling. Everyone seems to be armed. There is a proliferation of arms, and we should also be concerned about that. These arms are being used to perform illegality, and we will reach a point where, if we are not careful, the successive generation will become a bunch of rebels who have no idea of right and wrong, she said. Now, to some other stories, the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG Limited, has responded to allegations associating the recent most devastating fire outbreak at the Edum Central Market with persistent power outages. Engineer George Amwa, Ashanti West Regional General Manager of the ECG, said, as a company, you want to wait for the official report of the Ghana National Fire Service. He was speaking with Joy News in an interview to address the allegations raised against the ECG for being the cause of fire outbreak. Engineer George Amwa noted that the Edum Central Market Center had a dedicated distribution line known as a town hall feeder with an alternative distribution line known as Powerhouse 2, and both distribution lines had not recorded any power outage for a long period before the fire outbreak. According to Engineer Amwa, the Edum Central Business Center was one of the revenue hubs of the ECG, hence it has a dedicated distribution line to ensure reliable power supply. Additionally, he said that the distribution of quality and reliable power supply in that enclave was one of the topmost priority of the ECG. However, despite the efforts made by the ECG to supply reliable power to the customers in the Edum Central Business Center, there have been issues of vandalism and thefts of transformers and its materials such as cables and switches. He recalled that some unknown individuals vandalized one of the transformers of the ECG near the Old Malcolm in the Market Center, which led to a 48-hour power outage before power was restored. Again, the recent vandalism and thefts of transformers and its materials was recorded 2 weeks ago near Hello FM, where the recent fire outbreak was recorded. However, Engineer Amwa said power was restored as the stolen items were immediately replaced and the transformer fixed. Now, straight to business. Founder of Bill's Microcredit, Richard Amakwe, is currently undergoing a personal income tax assessment by the Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA), City Business News has learned. The assessment pertains to outstanding personal income tax, which remains unsettled. However, the exact amount involved has not been disclosed. The action is part of routine regulatory oversight to ensure that the entrepreneur complies with his tax obligations. According to official sources, his bank accounts have not been frozen, contrary to claims circulating on social media. City Business News have also gathered that an import duty was previously levied on one of his vehicles, a matter that has since been resolved. The assessment by the tax officials comes just days after the business magnate's widely published 40th birthday event, which gained traction on social media. It is, however, unclear whether the decision to probe Richard Amakwe was made before or after the lavish celebration. Recently, Bill's Microcredit Limited formally clarified that its business operations are entirely separate from the personal financial dealings of its board chairman, Richard Amakwe. The company stressed that it operates as an independent legal entity and does not finance or support Mr. Kwe's private purchases or events. The statement further clarified that Richard Amakwe does not hold the position of CEO at Bill's Microcredit Limited. This clarification came in response to recent public discourse linking the company to Mr. Kwe's personal affairs, including his birthday celebrations. While recognizing Mr. Kwe as its founder, chairman and majority shareholder, the company firmly dismissed any financial ties to his personal expenses. Now, Ghana's chances of establishing a significant lead atop the standing on Group 1 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers have been given a major boost in the lead up to the Black Stars' crucial game against second-range Madagascar. Fellow contenders for the group's sole automatic qualification spot played out a goalless draw. The match up between the Central African Republic (CAR) and Mali ended in a barren draw in Casablanca, Morocco. Mali beat Comoros 3-0 prior to this game, while CAR lost 4-1 to Madagascar. The result means that Mali stays put in third place in Group 1 with 9 points from 6 games. The Eagles have 3 drawn and a loss to Ghana. CAR stays in 4th place with 5 points from 6 games on the back of picking up just a win and 2 draws in those 6 games. With Ghana having 12 points and a win over Madagascar moves the Black Stars to 15 points and gets to establish a possible 5-point lead over second-ranked Madagascar. Win over Chad and Mali later this year could seal Ghana's place in the 2026 FIFA World Cup with 2 games to spare. And now moving straight to some showbiz. This morning, legendary Ghanaian music producer Jeff Kwe, popularly known as JQ, has recounted the support some individuals gave him when he started his music career. While discussing ways to project Ghana creatives on Joy FM Showbiz A to Z March 22nd, the bottle breaker said he was lucky to have people like Randy Abbey lend him a helping hand. In 2023, when I won my award, we went to a club called Warehouse at Adabraka. I was there and they said somebody wanted to talk to me. And then when I went, it was our own Randy Abbey. He said, for me, being a guy, I really appreciate everything you are doing and what you are doing with our music. JQ said. He added that Randy went ahead to pledge his readiness to provide JQ with anything he needed to help his music business. JQ acknowledged that although a lot of Ghana creatives struggle to get support, there are some Ghana people who are also doing well in that regard and should be commended. He also appreciated the help of music producer David Afote Lai, known as Apo, who he said was supportive to not only Ghanaians but a lot of people in the creative industry. And that's it with the Daybreak News on Ghana Talks Radio. Log on to www.ghanatalksradio.com for more of these stories. The news was read by Awintemi Akansukumasi. Thanks so much for making time. Good morning.
GhanaTalksRadio.com. Listen live. Listen live. Listen live.
I love. We love your station. It's great.
Listen here. Listen here. Listen here. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bliss.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio in a mix. In a mix.
The best music in the world. The best.
Best music.
My favorite station.
Ghana Talks Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Radio, and we welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the show. A very beautiful good morning to my beautiful ladies in the studios. Anchoring the show with me this morning, the unusual Tuesday guests panel for us.
Unusual.
Yeah, she's very unusual. But yes, Debbie, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. You join us again today.
Yeah.
Are you going to grow our people for us, or
I'll toast them.
you toast them? Okay. Essie. Hey, Essie.
You say you told me, I'm already feeling.
How was your night?
My night was very short.
Yeah, very very short.
Yes.
Why were you chasing for one of the houses bought by the man? I see.
Yeah, in the spirit.
I see. You are chasing somebody's house, somebody's property. Somebody made property from somebody's money.
Yeah.
Simply.
Yes, so once again, you are with us on the show this morning. Join us on all our social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio, also on our WhatsApp 0202544614, 0202544614. So what are some of the news making waves today in the capital?
So the news making wave.
Yeah.
Attorney General says, brace yourselves for rumble in the jungle.
Hey.
Corruption cases soon. They said, brace yourself for rumble in the jungle.
Why is he saying that?
Bubba.
Yeah. Sure. Very
Very
soon. They're going to pinpoint roots.
So I read what he said, and I was like, hey, Papania, bro. You see, yesterday he revealed some damning, you know, I don't know how to put it, evidences from the NSB CEO, Edu Buahin, that he actually transferred money meant for the state into his own bank accounts. Now, why do you think the problem begins with? Let's take Edu Buahin's effort aside. The banks. So somebody makes this amount of transaction in a single day, and it raises no alarm to you.
He's a government official. What if it's his own personal money? Who are you to go and do fifi?
A government official, your own personal money, for about $5 million. Hey.
I feel like even if you know and you are to report it, what evidence do you have to prove that?
You have. I mean, no, you are not saying it's not his.
Like he has diverted the money into his personal account.
Exactly.
And then you are going to question him.
I'm not sure you question him, because if
but do you think the bank managers have the right to question people how they make their money?
Every bank have the right to question you once you sit with them.
Me and my money.
It's in the banking regulations.
They've not asked me before. Is it because the money I put there is not big?
I'm sure. They haven't asked me before.
Oh yes.
And then I'll be cashing out big there. I have to prepare a whole note because there may be something.
Why do you think it's very difficult to be corrupt in the Europes and the outside Ghana, outside Africa? Let me put it that way.
Because I believe that they have a system that will track you.
Exactly. We have same systems here. The banks,
but
they see the money. I think that is where the problem stems from. They see the money in your account. Everybody sees it. They are the ones managing it. What work do you do? You are a CEO for a government institution. How much are you paid? It's made public. Everybody knows how much they are being paid. So how then do you amass to such amount of money in your accounts? It is questionable. The bank has every right to question you. Where from this money? How do they catch these fraud boys and whatsoever?
It's through monitoring their bank account.
Exactly.
That's how.
They won't question, because I feel like maybe in a way they are being bribed or they are corrupt themselves.
Or maybe they socket them back door. Because sometimes, personally, when I go to the bank, I see people come to deposit large amounts of money, and right after they are done depositing that money, it actually looks as if they fold some money into the hands of the teller
in an envelope. I've seen one in an envelope.
I've seen it before.
And you think even that,
and the bank that is involved in this is the same bank too. I don't want to mention their name.
Hey.
There are 3 banks there, so please, I don't want to mention, because that's why I pay my fees as well. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But interestingly, I don't know if I'm wrong with this, but even as a teller, you shouldn't be holding money once you are
at the desk.
You shouldn't. Yeah. So you don't go there with money on you. You don't leave with money on you.
This regulation,
I'm not sure it's working here.
I'm not sure.
Like the whole thing is this: the rules are there. We are not enforcing.
We are not enforcing it. True.
Are you sure the rules are not enforced? They are enforced, but we are not abiding by it.
If they are being enforced, people will abide by it. They are not being enforced. The enforcement means that if you go contrary to that, you are being sanctioned or punished. We see these bankers always take money from clients.
Right.
Have they ever been sanctioned before? And there are cameras all over. Their managers see them.
But we still have rules that are enforced in this country, and still people go, they don't like they do not go contrary to that, like they don't go in alignment to that rule, and they are still not sanctioned.
Tell me a rule which is being enforced in Ghana.
You're pushing me to the wall.
Oh no, just which rule is being enforced in Ghana?
I don't really have any in mind right now, but
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you see,
Exactly.
but like I don't really have a rule in mind though. But then, should I say
That-
I know or
That they are
I've
abiding
seen?
by it.
I even want
don't.
to see a rule that is being enforced in the first, not even whether they are being abided or not.
Oh,
Has it been enforced?
and
The rules are there, oh,
The rules are there, yes,
but
I
the
know.
enforcement of the rule is what we are talking about. Every disorder, lawless we see in Ghana, there are rules.
yeah,
Which, if they are being enforced, this lawlessness we see, we won't see them
won't
again.
see them anymore.
You can pick a car. No car should spend more than 30 seconds, approximately 1 minute at a bus stop. It's a bus stop. You reach there, you
Ah,
offload
wait.
someone.
In Ghana here.
I'm saying that
Okay,
that's the rule.
okay.
When you reach the bus stop, there's someone there, you pick them. If there is not, you move.
You move.
If someone is dropping, you drop them. Once you drop them, you move.
You move.
And what do we see in Ghana? Every bus stop is a loading station.
It's a loading station. Yeah.
But there are rules guiding this.
Hmm.
Are the rules being enforced? Don't you see policemen right beside the bus stop, and yet the drivers are loading there?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, true.
They do.
So the enforcement of these rules is what we are lacking.
So
And wherever you don't enforce a rule, people are going to break those rules.
yeah, they'll
And
flout
I won't
them.
fault the people.
So who do we blame in all of this?
The rule enforcers, the banking regulators. In the case of Edu Buahin, we should blame the banking regulators.
Why didn't they question?
Exactly. It's a red flag. Looking at, if Ibrahim Mahama is transferring $5 million into his account, it makes sense.
Why are you saying it makes sense?
Look at the business he does. Look at his net worth. Legitimately, we all know the business he does. We all know legitimately the money he makes out of that business. Such amount of money or transaction made by him doesn't really raise eyebrows. But if you and I,
What if I have my private? What if I have my private? I have about
Oh, he can't
20
make
private
such money.
sectors I owe, and I mean,
you have what?
I have about 20. I mean, private sectors. Like to me, privately, I have maybe 20. I've created maybe 20 works or something that I'm doing privately. You cannot see me and judge me and say I don't have money.
Okay.
Because they said he has about 10 companies.
10 companies.
Yes, with a wife.
With a wife.
Yeah, so you think that company
when was those companies let me say opened?
Oh,
When were they established?
I didn't capture that.
Exactly, in the past 6 years. These companies were established in the past 6 years.
So you believe he used the state money to establish all of these companies?
I am not saying I believe that, but I'm asking you, don't you believe it?
I'm not believing it either.
See, the whole point is this. You have a bank account. You
Yeah,
have a
I do.
bank account.
Yeah, I do.
When we were going to open your account, what were the questions they asked you?
A lot too. I was the book was like this.
Uh-huh.
You have
So
to
they will ask you what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
What
job
you
you
do.
do.
Exactly.
the occupation, and then the amount, like no per se the amount you buy, an estimate of what you receive
Save
monthly and what you can be paying or saving monthly.
Exactly. So if all these things were brought to book, let's just estimate that as a government appointee he was being paid 50,000 cedis. Let's just estimate it that way. You still believe that he could make such transactions in a day? So the banks are to be questioned. Their regulations, they are to be reviewed, because they are encouraging some of these irregularities in our financial sector as a country. They are. Wells Fargo and call $1 million easily, sir. Once I will call here processing the transaction, I'll also my fro security bar before I call manager's office. They will question where is this money come from, blah blah blah. What to pass so I'll be when police are before. Omo kra dollar near or musica.
Eh?
So you make this transaction in a single deal. What to feel
That's huge money.
And the wife actually.
And
This
now there's the funny thing, and that's where it always gets interesting. You see how we are only focusing on that Roba Kupesikano, forgetting all other transactions he has made. Into that Roba Kupesikano, the other years, no sika in a finance.
I'm sure they'll make inquiries into that. But it's a pity, seriously.
Yes.
For who?
It's a pity, like to everybody. I mean, the country, because even if the money was transferred into his personal account, which is supposed to go into, it's not the government sector, so it will help everyone, and he's enjoying and we are suffering.
Well, he has seen that maybe we don't need it.
We don't need what? You see that it now makes sense, because you see people working at the government sector and then they'll be demonstrating that they are not being paid. I'm just citing an example. They are not being paid. But who knows? Maybe the money has been, sent, and then someone else is chopping it somewhere.
No, when it comes to salary, for salary, every government worker, you are being paid by a controller.
Yes.
But sometimes, let's see, a money meant for a particular contract. No, be a tiaso. Until be a nkawase, you fix it, be wahasi. Scanner be do. Mena ba means him. I'm a tiaso. Until I don't even fix it, I didn't see here. That's what is happening in Ghana.
So will we say that is the main cause for we not, completing almost 50% of the project we allocate money to, and then like it's not being fully completed, or it's complete, like it's just completed but left with something to do, and then the contractor will say that I'm not being paid, but the money has been sent to that particular project. Ministry. So can I could do my answer.
See that every ministry, they just read the budget to us, right? Yeah. So we saw monies allocated to every single ministry. Education ministry, roads, say. And think, and what's a ministry be a kabeda ho? It should be substantial, evidential. A card that way because contract we na $5 million. But ye tua we na ka 3 million, and ye di tua so my every but there was say more 2 million account. You go into the auditing books, you will find it pepe. That's how it should be. But here comes the case. You're allocating money to the ministry, you're allocating contracts to contractors. Sikaneda, but contractors here into your moka. We saw what the road ministry said. The minister said that among the contractors because we cry at 2,000 cities. And 2,000 Ghana cities.
That's a lot.
2,000.
Dollars or Ghana cities?
2,000.
Ghana cities. As Lay Queen be the Tony week.
Hey. There's someone
because now people are chopping dollars in Ghana.
Yes. We are even buying things in dollars. It's sad. Very sad.
And I learned the man is an elder in the Assemblies of God.
Oh, Wahaye.
Yeah, I think oh shit.
Look at this.
He's an elder.
So
That's
disgraceful
terrible.
and shameful.
I also saw it. I
So
saw it.
And I know
the
they will
churches.
say it is the devil.
Which devil?
I said I know that's what they will say.
Which of the devils? I want to know.
Which devil again do we have? I believe we have only one devil, right?
Yesterday I saw someone's quote on Twitter, and
You saw someone's what?
quote.
Okay.
I was like, he's sure that even the devil will shout, "Hey, Jesus!"
This one.
When
here,
you
no
see
view
some of the
anymore.
things, when you see some of the things our Ghanaians do,
Yes.
especially our politicians, and it's true.
Oh, very true.
Oh, I mean, no, hey, if you 27,
Yes, 27.
like any room so houses, mansions,
Let me-
like
let me guess. Let me
27.
get a story.
Are they ready?
Now, right now, he's trending. Why? You have you trended before?
Hey,
This particular issue is not funny. Oh.
No.
It's not funny at
It's
all.
not funny. It's not something they should joke with.
It's a very big blow.
But they said they want to bail him, and if they have to bail him, they are supposed to pay 260 million Ghana cedis. And even with that, Attorney General is refusing bail.
see, the whole thing
Person,
is
you don't
that
have to grant him bail.
there's the issue. There is evidence against him now.
Clear evidence.
So what they should rather do is to just process him, arraign him before the courts. He should face his prosecution. What are they delaying things for? Me too, that is where my issue is with the Attorney General. You say you won't prosecute anyone without clear evidence. You've come out to give evidence of this one. So what are you waiting for?
Just take the person to court.
Because right after 3 days, he's eligible for bail.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
bail.
So you have to grant him that
you
bail.
have to grant him
If
that
not,
bail.
then the final court. So they are also overstepping their bounds in the rule of law. What's some when evidence, clear evidence, why you say. Monfa ni nyina court. Krachi, sikawi, na efiri hin na ekwo hin. Oh, na nka wose eba ministry ni mo de be den say nti ade no mo ye da bi nti sika no wen. Eno na me de call me account. Eh sir. No mo are ni no. Obetua no wetua. Otua wi akra still
There should be, if this case
So
is made a foolish case.
So I
This
saw
is
something from
serious,
Manasseh.
yeah.
He's saying that people actually involve themselves in this corruption simply because they get away with it.
Yeah.
And
Yes, they
then
do.
chiefs actually come in to intervene for them. So why wouldn't they go ahead and then involve themselves in corruption?
And I don't know if you remember, but we've spoken about this here before. Why
Yes.
corruption keeps growing.
Yeah.
Because no one is held accountable.
Yes.
And why is this so? So what is the
It's so
government
because
doing
nothing
about
is
it?
working.
Is it because the person is a high profile person? That is why they are doing
No one is
that?
above the law. Even if you are a high profile person, so far as you've gone against the law should deal with you.
Okay.
But that's not what we see. The person sees himself to be above the law.
It's
And
not about
moreover,
the person seeing themselves, Debbie.
they have connections.
It's the institutions. Let's look. I always, because I want to mostly we interact with young quite so, especially on the roads. Look at the taxi driver and look at someone driving a V8. If a taxi driver should pick someone at a place where it's not a bus stop, look at how the police harasses them. Let someone in a V8 pick someone from that same spot and see if the police will even walk to him and ask him why he did that. We are living in a complex of inferiority as a nation. The law favors who we think is prominent in. What is prominency to law? What is prominence to law? And that is why these people get away with everything they do. Like, that's why they feel confident in doing what they do.
That's how I
Do you know how confident you have to be to transfer money meant for the state into your own account?
the audacity.
It means you don't fear anybody. Like you are your own boss.
The
What's also?
audacity.
Then it tells us how far we've come. We don't take things seriously, and we make them go away with it just like that.
If it hadn't been yesterday, have you ever heard of the National Signals Bureau?
No. Honestly.
What do they even do?
That's another one.
I'm sure they also conduct investigation. Bureau they can.
What they, you see, they'll be like, "Oh, I buying the oppressor tracker or better tracker here." These phones that we use, our SIM cards and all. That's why we register them now. Once you register it, so every conversation we have, every text whatsoever, it is transmitted through their lines, their signals.
Which means they
general one boy no common now.
bibia.
Person mo track o. Actually, general you one boy cause ombo hu sesia. So they can track wherever you are. That's what they do. CCTV, abo chrome, traffic lights now. They handle these things.
So why are we not hearing of them? Is it that they are being suppressed?
Suppressed. They are the list of institutions. Enti omo ya list kra no. List. Obi akra dwen ni omo so no. E na obi etuma embezzle this amount of money wo ho. Nti e ba soro ha de a energy wonum ne ade na. E wanna jungle rumble in the jungle ne bebe mu no.
Road rumble.
And nanam say Attorney General no ka ho asem no. O se we mpo na musu.
And you
And e fi akire ba ne tie. But I like him. I don't like how he's doing his things. I think.
But why don't you like how he's doing his
He's
things?
wasting too much time.
Which is the Attorney General?
Oh yes, he's wasting time. You
No.
have evidence.
No, they had to go thorough investigations, right?
They've done the investigations. They've seen. Sikei na nke kwa ha no de abaha. When kwa ye full charge mo 25 years.
Well, Alenti has been arrested though, but we haven't seen any videos or any pictures that show.
No, even with the arrest,
he has
it's
been
like I saw
arrested.
something that he was released or he'll be granted bail or something of that sort.
Why are you granting
him bail in the first place?
That's wrong.
When you
That
have
one
like
is
enough
wrong.
evidence to just take the person to
Exactly.
court for prosecution to take place.
That's why we don't trust our system. Like me, I don't trust our system.
That one there, we all don't.
I don't. I don't trust.
But there is another concern. There's a court, Supreme Court judges in go see
all of them, they are all corrupted.
Everybody.
All of them.
How?
They are.
Obviously, previous administration on their point, and judges won't mean you almost how they have a certain year or more.
They also have enough for money.
And you know, once they've been appointed, won't mean the son. Until people feel say they are going to do the bidding in favor of their party folks.
But do you feel that after fishing out all these corrupt people, do you think we can really prosecute them and make them, bear the consequences of what they've done? I feel like we are just playing.
Well, I don't know about that. I can't really trust any political party to do that. But at least we've not seen any political party to do what
that
is happening now. So maybe there might be a change this time around. But I can promise you one thing, that if these people fail to prosecute these guys, that is the end of those two political parties.
Why would you
I
vote
can
them
promise you.
And I also Goku.
But see, if say me to say cheddar money adena, this is where I'll be building my capacity.
Exactly.
Right from now to the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Say when we failure, I come with full force. Obe J power na if you say one time. And as uncle for two no, obi to me Jifro Munsem. Yaba.
Yeah,
that's it.
This studio
Yaba.
They will be buried for life.
Charlie, people are wicked, oh.
Very wicked. Into your own personal account, and you're enjoying it with your family.
So their wife,
and you could even advise your husband.
Hey,
baby, why are you getting the
women with money?
No, see, she doesn't.
She's enjoying it. Enjoying.
As if it was me, I will ask.
No, don't say that.
No, as if it was me.
Don't say that because there is a saying that if you've not gotten to that position yet, don't talk too much because. See, I don't know whether you trust yourself. Media, I don't really, but
me, I trust myself.
There, you might do worse than he did.
See.
What birthday?
I don't like that.
Birthday, what Range Rover amount? Okay, you might buy iPhone 16 buy what about bro?
Oh, I say, baby, thank you.
More honor, ma me afro. Hey, see. When you near Okunaye. Oh, you are how no more dear, or money, brother, near dear Kia, my brother, fee. It's who could be son, baby, on your sick fee.
Oh, baby, where did you get the money from?
Hey,
at least you know his salary.
At least you know,
heaven is real low.
I know you guys.
Heaven is real low.
So indirectly think, okay,
heaven is. Why do crime must so die?
We'll do that back door.
Why your mind would it's true.
Oh, why generate mass?
You're enjoying.
So you know, ask your husband. Baby, where you get all this money from? You know him
to be someone who is a CEO, right? And you know the job is paying him more. What if he comes to tell you that I've been promoted?
You even know how corruption pays in Ghana.
It's okay. Don't come for me.
So, but what do you expect the Attorney General to do out of all this?
For me, I'm expecting that they shouldn't let these cases slide off like that. Already, we have one hanging, and he is suing the OSP. Can you imagine someone who has allegedly stolen from the state is actually is now suing the OSP? So, if the Attorney General and then the National Securities have actually found much evidence in relation to Eduboahene's case, I think they should just take it to court and then let the courts handle the case. Okay. But for that bill that they say they want to give the but I'm not in agreement with the bill.
The bill is not Emrane say after 3 days now won't process it for quarter. I was all money bill.
So in the money bail,
can he be arrested again?
Oh yeah, he can be arrested again. But why are you going to arrest him again? They say how man
because you already have the evidence.
What is the dilly-dallying?
So within the 3 days, you can't process him for court.
The right thing should be done. If he feels like he has the evidence and everything that is proved that this person is actually guilty for it, then as you said, there is no need for us to wait. We should just go straight and do the thing. But see, that's what I'm saying that you don't know these are people. They will make this case a foolish case right now.
Well, if they do, then what is the essence of them going through the whole investigation process to go and look for what he did and what he didn't do, how he diverted the money and all of it? Then what is the effort you put to bring these results? Then there's no essence.
And when it happens,
then it's useless. Then the committee is even useless.
Yeah,
the whole committee is useless.
Yes,
you get me. If they make it a foolish case, then the relevance of the oral committee is not necessary.
I feel like there should just be a law
for now.
And the law should be implemented. Anyone who is corrupted and found guilty should be killed.
For now,
I mean, straightforward. Like no, something that will put.
We can't actually blame oral now. Oral has done their job.
By looting them out.
Yes. Around or the Attorney General. You see, Attorney General no was a office. Human. Oral is doing their very best. I commend Oral. I commend them. They are the ones bringing out all these. So on the bar, once you work your investigation, then you prosecute them. Why are you made that I can't think far.
So there was a press conference yesterday, and that was how we saw this. They brought these issues, right? So the 3 days start from today.
No, it was not yesterday.
Or yesterday. It started from yesterday. The 3.
No. When he made that revelation, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
The revelation.
And it was also yesterday we got to know that he has been arrested. Yeah. But we haven't seen any video or any picture that showed that indeed he has been arrested.
He's been arrested since, was it when? They picked him up on Thursday.
Last week,
Thursday.
Yeah.
So he's still in custody of the police. Yes, true. So he's in custody of the police right now.
Yeah.
And then they are processing him for court.
I think he's in custody of, it's the national security rather, not the police.
Not the police.
Yeah, national security.
He's in custody of the national security.
Because I'm a fan for airport.
So right now, let's assume they are processing him for court.
Let's assume.
But
yesterday we didn't hear the Attorney General say that. That's another thing. And once he's not in police custody too, you can't arraign him for court. National security won't arraign you for court. So maybe they are detaining him for questioning or whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay.
But they should do their best. Seriously, they shouldn't let this kind of trust that we the citizens are trying to have in them be crushed down just like that.
Yeah, I mean
they
the confidence we placed in him, because he was flagged by Iyoko.
Iyoko.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. All these organizations are there. And yes, so we saw all these financial irregularities going on. We all know what Iyoko does. So the question bears, what if and I be voting Kofi out? Like what would have happened?
They would have sold the country and the people in it,
and we give them another 4 years.
Yeah, like I'm not breaking it.
The thing they did was to buy our conscience, and they did win. They bought our conscience. So even though they're doing the wrong thing, we're not seeing it. Because they bought our conscience, and then it's like we have people who love them no matter what. Whether they are doing the wrong thing, whether they are doing the bad thing, whether the economy is crashing, whether nothing is going on, it's still MPP and NDC, and it's still like they are the people we want, and that's it. But even speaking to people, as at the time that inflation was so high, they were still praising the previous government on Chinem, especially the market women.
No,
so you see,
the market women in those areas they make money. Inflation goes high, prices spike up.
Yeah,
who is benefiting? It's one day we saw my see I am to ton about 1,500. I turn aside here cry. Exactly.
So the minority in parliament is actually saying that they see this to be politically motivated, because it looks like they are going for only the previous government's appointees.
Okay, so in the past 8 years, those who were in opposition, what sort of corruption have they been involved in? And that's why I don't get them. You people are lawmakers. You are also in parliament. You have evidence of any NDC person involved in something. What is keeping you from coming
So
out?
you should bring it out.
They will never arrest each other. Politicians. Me you to know me to the mini. They won't do it. They won't do it. You see, that's what I was saying, that someone was saying that both these two political parties, they are the same. And so they are just beating around the bush. We are waiting. If only they are going to prosecute those people. And if indeed they do that, then we'll applaud them and say they are ready to be accountable to Ghanaians and to ensure that everyone who milk from the state illegally is being prosecuted and arranged to go through the right procedures for the wrong he or she has done. But if not that, maybe we just have to. I think when that's happening, we don't need a leader anymore.
What do you need?
We have to, like, Obianya president we rule ourselves.
Once that happens, what I think is that we wouldn't be looking for any democratic leadership anymore.
This is GhanaTalks.
We will now be looking at
your morning companion.
Someone very radical, something drastic, like the Ibrahim Traore's.
Oh, goodness.
You see, and the fear in that is this: these people, once they win your confidence, also, nipana beji seats, autocratically. We win more confidence because watch way out, power corrupts. A bedu time be on one sounds best at and you maybe. How do you take him out? That's why no matter what we are experiencing under democracy, it is still not very advisable to go for the autocratic rule. Power corrupts. I won't lie to you. I've had power before. It takes the grace of God and a conscious effort to discipline yourself from that corruption of power. And see, any third force or beba democratically be ya dia ye be vote ya manum. But say ye be ka say any cool mra obi match hey massa cool and that femu.
But it's never a good thing.
Cool nothing.
I didn't experience one, but per what I've read and the things I've heard, I'm not sure about boy and mom dear. Even though our leaders are not helping us, but
even by training, keke. Soldiers they are like robots. Soldier ni betu na boss anam. So boss na nka say Johnson didn't setting. Like they operate under command.
Yeah, under command.
So imagine, sa commander no lead the coup, na dream boom. Hey, imagine sa nka na egu for do coup leader.
ready
Dead.
But just imagine, he can just give a rule about 3 or Obianda.
And there is nothing you can do.
When we lazy soldier fool. It's not an option for us.
Never.
What we should do is to hold these people accountable. How many are they in parliament? 200 and say
86, I don't remember.
Yeah.
This is an 84.
86.
Pay. Any 31 million. Or say 32 million. Massa.
It's a lot.
And the minority, they are not helping. There's not a time to even be defending your people. You're defeating so bad. Like, more parts in why you're hindered that because of some of these things.
Yeah.
And then once it is coming out, all this press conference and all, they are not needed. A man who hear him more. A man who hear him more. Just keep quiet. Let the law play. Let's see the outcome.
They should just face the beat.
They won't.
But each and every day they are organizing press conference, trying to defend themselves.
Up till now, they still see it as one of those political gimmicks.
Yeah, they actually see it as propaganda. That's how they see it.
It's not even as propaganda. They see it as normal. Omonim so mkrofo na idea, but I almost say any easy for say o sesa na ba omonka mkrofo na mfele so mu ye bibi yenso yan fata kashin fam echi na case na die.
Attorney General,
those gimmicks.
Attorney General has come to warn Afenyo that for him to come and say that the national security personnel went there to go and take 10,000 Ghana cedis and the jewelries of his wife. Well, man, a strong one. I say, oh, him not there, no. He's going to bring out the videos.
The funny thing that NPP for any so Mahama is very strategic.
Very.
Nipa do
very. He's so brilliant.
The prosecution institutions now Sheyoku, Remonacha. He's in for revenge. They killed that man's business once they took over.
So you can imagine
the kind
Attorney General,
the full force.
That's Attorney General in 2018. We know what they year.
We've won Kenya.
We know what they year. As I then, previous Mahama administration, no, your Deputy Attorney General. When NPP resumed power, you scrutinize it, you share, you investigating. On also say national security confirm. Remonacha the same thing. The has any pay that some institutions here.
Revenge and you squad.
Sana de na ye.
Mafia them.
Sana de na ye.
Mafia deal with them. And they are cooking them so well.
Seriously.
They are really cooking them.
Hey, Bagana Bedo.
Yesterday when I saw the deputy minority leader, which is
Saib.
Like, no, I mean, more hey, like, Kasanim Pomba, and so you see, ain't you know. Oh yeah, but that guy, you see him, he's a stubborn guy.
He looks very quiet, but he's not that quiet.
He's not quiet.
In nature, he looks very quiet.
Takashi. Says I'm paying for no be an ordinary beba. It's a monko.
As you said, they are not supposed to be doing that now. The party is already in a mess. So I think the best way to do is to find ways to bring it back. Not to be worsening
whoever is working against the NPP.
Oh yes,
Ghanaians are also punching.
Even they themselves, they are
actually cooking themselves as
and
well.
Most of them are just keeping quiet because they feel like it will destroy the party. But
the party is already destroyed.
Or they're saying watch maybe doing they also on Kaba. I feel like it was too late. Like I was on Canada at that time. Not this time.
Well, people
when they were pushing you to the block, you should have opened up. Well, why did you keep quiet?
Comments are coming up and they're saying that this is actually the right time for her to come out and then come and speak. So, you know, there's time for everything.
There is no way. I don't have anything against the woman. I feel sorry for her for the family problem she had. But that is never an excuse. What she did is unexcusable.
Yeah. Left your constituency.
What did she do?
Hey, left your constituency. Just because you want to cater for your child.
It's not like you guys are being inconsiderate.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Let's see. You be aware if you're my man Kyle. What year can't say nimpo? Nanka will find no memo. What them Kayedimpo?
She went
about TikTok.
I'm TikTok no.
Now baby house.
No, but she was actually trying to motivate herself.
What kind of motivation is that? You were motivating yourself.
But
you were motivating, but indirectly you were sending a message to your constituents and to the country as a whole. You left your constituency. You said you were going to, cater for your son. And you left for a whole period, like long time.
According to her words, she said her son was sick.
Wait,
and it's only a witch who will leave the son and then deal with her.
I understand. Every mother loves
their for 2 years.
Just imagine
for 2 years.
Oh, it could be at the verge of the son dying.
You were not there, my sister.
No, I was not there, but I feel you guys are being inconsiderate.
No.
So she shouldn't attend to personal issues as well, simply because The country is on her head.
You have to, but there is a way you can communicate it out that people understand
And you
your
think
plight.
she didn't do that?
Didn't do
She
it the
communicated
right
to
way.
Ghanaians.
There.
She communicated to Ghanaians.
No, but I
Her
believe she.
constituents.
No, wait.
Her constituents.
Even so, I believe she actually did that to her colleagues in
constituents.
parliament.
No,
You are
your
not
colleagues in
serving your
parliament.
colleagues. That
Exactly.
is where the
Yes,
problem
it's
is.
GhanaTalks.
So your colleague should have been your voice when
No.
you were in the
No,
No.
say that.
Oh,
You know,
no,
the
no,
first
no,
time
no,
she
no.
came out, she apologized to former president Akufo-Addo. She apologized to her people in the party, but she didn't apologize to her constituents. What are you talking about, madam?
I know somebody. Edu abato ne so.
Uncle
Odi
said
yogurt.
and then of America,
Yogurt.
Tampinko,
And Kale now, come sister.
Yogurt.
she said Ajosafo is Domi Kwabenya. Domi Kwabenya is
She all
Ajosafo.
can she that's bragging.
She's coming back.
Let her be
Nene.
and no.
Say no nene.
Say all cooking money na yamoya.
Say no nene.
Oh cooking money say yamoya.
Yeah.
Say yamoya.
Yeah.
Mugu ne papa company ni there. No
She felt it. But see, you should have
She's
known
just
that.
being sentimental.
Yes, you are a representative for that matter.
Allow her
You
to
are
cook.
representing a group of
Ajosafo
people.
cook.
At least when she's cooking for her own party people.
She's cooking against them.
Are you guys not part of the party?
Which party?
Which party?
Oh, Mary is a full member.
Oh, see.
This is GhanaTalks breakfast.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, one part now. If NDC misbehaves,
We are not.
Say.
They are not misbehaving.
we are.
You see, she said, okay.
No. They are
But today I've seen it.
So now you see, now you see.
They will not.
Yeah.
See, they will not misbehave. We are.
Said it again.
They are resetting Ghana. Can't you see the Black Stars? See the way they are scoring till. The Black Star is even resetting.
So you people are
Which
resetting.
position is Professor Nana Jane playing in the Blaster?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell
See
me.
me back door.
Okay, so this is where we'll be ending the first segment of the show. I know you've enjoyed it. It's been interesting. It's been conversative. It's been insightful. And it's been sad. But all in all, we just hope the Attorney General does what is best in the interest of the country and not in the interest of his political class, as he always put it. Stay tuned. We will be right back with the second segment, the come up section, where our guests will be in the studio to talk about their journey so far and what they do and all that. Today we are having the bridge effect in the studio to have a discussion on what they do, and so stay tuned. We'll be back very soon.
for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
So yes, thank you for staying tuned with us. We are back on the second segment, the Come Up Show. This is where we give the platform to young entrepreneurs and people of change, people making impact in society, people who are giving back to society, people who are building something out of their own reach. We give them the platform to talk about what they do, how they do it, their journey so far, and give the audience the opportunity to know about them and also whatever they can do to contribute to what these people are doing. And with all the fortunes on our side, we have in the studios today with us the Bridge Effects. It's an NGO. I wouldn't say much, I don't know much about them, but they are here with us to talk about themselves to us and let us know what they give to the Ghanaian people. So once again, good morning, the Bridge Effect.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so this is Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so may I please know your names?
So my name is Abraham Nibote.
Okay, Abraham. And
I'm Juliet, Nadide Ayite.
Nadide Ayite, Juliet. Wow. I'm Pakwesi Omare.
Okay.
This is Ghana Talks Radio. This is where Ghana talks. This is where Ghana listens. Yeah, so we welcome you once again. Sure. So the bridge effect. Tell us about bridge effect. Okay, but before that, let us know about yourselves first.
Okay.
Abraham first. Yeah.
I'm Abraham Nibote, like I earlier said.
Yeah.
And I have a media background and IT background.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did my HND at Koforidua Technical University. Then at Ghana Telecom, I did information technology.
Okay.
But currently, I'm a master's candidate in cybersecurity and digital forensics at Ken University.
Oh wow, cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Your people are the ones buying 27 houses.
It would be well. I believe everything will be fine.
Yeah,
Very soon. Very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, so I'm also into photography and drone
oh wow.
pilot.
Did you come with your camera?
Oh no, today I did. Yeah. So basically that's me. So I ran Abisoft Multimedia as my personal brand.
Wow.
So I think the things are so many. So
the things are so we want to hear all.
So I'm also into music too as well. So I play keyboard, I do hymns, then I play saxophone too as well. Wow.
Such an interesting background, such a luxurious background, such an attractive background that you have. Yeah.
So it's been a longer journey though.
A longer journey.
It's really fun.
Wow.
I was actually learning for everyone to share with everyone. So
wow. That's great. That's great. Wow. So that is Abraham for you, media personnel, a photographer and a videographer. He's into music and also into cybersecurity, IT, information, all that. Are you single?
Oh yeah.
The way they yes.
Yeah. That's why I'm single now. No,
okay. No, okay, but you have a girlfriend.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I wanted to link you to someone.
Hey.
She's been bragging that she's single. We all don't believe. So now we want to give her a boyfriend so that if she rejects you, we know that she's not single.
Then I'll look for someone in my team.
Yeah. For
so
her.
That she can probably she can support the project too as well.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So Juliet.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm basically a student.
Okay.
At the newly changed University of Media Arts and Communication. And then I'm currently studying public relations. I'm in level 400.
Oh wow.
And then also I'm into businesses. So basically I'm into sobolo selling, and then I also do lashes. I'm a lash tech.
Wow.
Certified lash tech.
Certified lash tech.
Yes,
wow.
please.
And the sobolo. Let's talk about the sobolo some more. Did you bring some?
Unfortunately, no.
Hey, Julie.
But the next time I'll definitely bring some.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I've been selling for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
I do sell on campus and all that.
Okay.
And then I'm more into reading, writing. I've written at least 4 books on Wattpad.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how is it selling?
Okay, so Wattpad is basically a normal reading site for young ones.
You write there. Okay.
I just write for like a fun thing.
That's great.
For now.
For now.
Yes.
You haven't commercialized it yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. That's just that. So with us on Ghana Talks Radio, this is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Let's hear from you. The bridge effect is here. Ask them whatever you want to ask them, and they will answer you however you deserve to be answered. Now, let's get into the conversations. The bridge effect. How did it originate?
Alright, so with the bridge effect, originated from an urge to make change in the community. So I remember way back in 10 years ago, probably, we wanted to make an impact. I called one of my friends and I told him, let's do this, let's visit the schools and kind of motivate people so that they can actually grow up and become good people. So we spoke, but it was a good thing, but we were thinking very big. So we were looking at where we get our resource personnel from, the pull-up banners, a lot of things, and it became a hindrance. So we basically scrapped that out after 1 year, but I still had that in mind.
Yeah.
So after moving and engaging people, moving with my networks, and I realized, no, I can still do this again, because it has really been at me that I want to make an impact. Because growing up too as well, I had some opportunities to attend workshops that's actually transformed my life. So I said to myself, why not now? I have a little network, I have a family, I have friends who can support me. Why can't I bring them together and also help others? Probably I also learned to come and help everyone. Everything I've learned from my childhood, from everywhere, I just learned it because I know I can help someone, or I believe I can make an impact. So that's why I keep learning every day, basically, so that sometime I can also help someone. So we started, we launched December 28th, that's last year. But actually it has been there under G. Without a name, has been there under G. So we always do it, but we don't do pictures, we don't do anything. Yeah, because
is it intentional not to bring it to light, or? Yeah,
so by then I had a notion that when you give to someone, you're not supposed to take a picture, or take a video or record it. It looks some way, but moving up or moving onwards, I think because we are engaging people, they must have or to see what we are doing, then, because you can't just take from someone and there's no evidence. If it's from only me, then that's fine. So we had to go on that stretch. Then we started in December, that's 28th, we did the launching, and so far so good. We are still in track. We are doing a couple of projects. So we tasked ourselves to do just 3 initiatives for this year.
That's great.
Yeah, we are looking at the Nungwa per se. We are targeting Nungwa for now. But it's a project.
Charity begins at home.
It's a project that is aimed at going outside. But for now, or this year, we are targeting Nungwa so that we can build a solid foundation. Then now we can move
outside.
So we are doing only 3 initiatives this year. So we are doing we did the school supply drive, that's a month ago.
What was it about?
So the school supply drive, moving in town every day, you see these children in government school uniform. Some of them, their bags are not in good shape. You see them, their uniforms, like they are not even, some of them, you see them. It's surprising. It's happening in Accra here. Sometimes we look far away, going to the northern region, but
even in Accra here,
there's some here actually. So you don't need to go that far. You still get someone here. So you see them around, not wearing shoe, probably some not even wearing socks. It's very basic, but it's sometimes very difficult for them to get. Some not having books. So this particular initiative was supposed to bring or supply them with this kind of basic stuff. So we prepared a bag with books, pencil, pens, and all others. We had bowls, water bottles, and into the bag. So we distributed the bags to a couple of schools. I think we did about 8 schools situated in Nungwa. The cluster of schools. And we had a chance to also speak with them.
That's great.
So we tackled finding your purpose in life. Finding your purpose, we discussed with them. We had a chat. So that was what we used to help them identify their purpose. Basically, I believe seeing people engaging in drug abuse and all those things, it draws down to you identify your purpose. If you are able to identify your purpose in life, all those things become a secondary matter, because you are not supposed to believe that you came to this earth to just drink and to
alcohol
or smoke or stuff. Just smoke or stuff. So basically, that's what we've done so far with the back to school supply drive. We're just engaging them, and making sure they are able to identify their purpose as at then the March Yeah, so as in February.
February.
Yeah, 11 February.
Wow.
No, 14 February. We intentionally did it on Valentine's Day too.
Wow. Hey.
To show some love to them.
That's great.
Yeah, I think my team brought that idea that we should
do it on
Valentine's Day. So that at least they can also enjoy some Valentine.
Yeah. Oh, did you add some chocolate to it for them?
Oh, the chocolate. I think the chocolate was a special one from God.
Okay. Yeah. But Julie knows Obulu attached to it.
It was more or less like we're just focusing on their basic needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, there's nothing basic than food.
You see, the food when they eat now, don't forget.
But these ones every time. I get you. But still, next time the food.
The food there will come. They will get there.
But
the food is on the way coming.
Okay, nice. So, aside the school supply drive, what are the other initiatives that you are looking to?
Okay, so we are looking into the kids rally.
The kids rally, and what's that about?
Okay, so that is meant to bring the children around. So our target audience is actually from 2 to 18.
Okay.
2 to 18. Someone will say why 2? But 2 is possible.
Okay.
Now the children we have, they are very technological.
Yeah.
And if you are able to create content for them, or it enters into them
so
very much.
The entire rally, what is the essence of it? What are you looking to get out of the kids rally? Okay. Now I would want Julie to touch on that for me.
Okay, so with the kids rally, we believe that it's not just about having fun, because basically we are trying to get them to have fun. But at the end of the day, we are going to also educate them and then teach them about the Word of God and then about other things that we think will be beneficial to them as they are growing up. Because it's not just about fun and games at the end of the day. We want them to live with something that they've learned, and then they would grow actually, and then remember that, there was a time when we were young and then we were able to experience fun and learning at the same time whilst getting to meet new people, because you can see children within a certain vicinity but they are not sociable enough. It is through this social gathering that they'll be able to get to know each other better, and then they grow up knowing the Word of God as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, you are done. Me, I'm not done. Okay. So, aside the kids rally, what's the last initiative that you're looking
to? The last one is the cinematic evangelism.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are looking at collaborating with a few local filmmakers. Who have already created some content that is to engage these children, to teach them about necessarily things that pertaining to life, how you can build yourself. More or less, you are not supposed to give up in this life, despite any situation you are in. So we have gathered some contents that we want to share with the community, so that it can motivate them as well.
Okay. How has the journey been so far? Let's first look at the challenges.
Okay. So the journey has been good by the grace of God. By the grace of God, it has been very good. Despite we need more strength when it comes to funds, because funds are very,
so the most essential challenge need right now are the funds. How do you get funds? So far you've done like two missions, right? 28 you did something, or you only launched? So with the one that you just did on 14th, how did you go about the funding?
So the funding it was from our own pockets, family, friends, and the volunteers we have. That we came up together and we had to do this and make it work out.
This is great.
We're actually targeting 100 at first, 100 bucks, but it had to increase to probably like 180 to 100 thereabouts.
And you were able to get up to that number.
Oh wow! You had to push to that point. You had to hit that point.
Wow, this is great. Have you written to some institutions for sponsorship or funding or anything?
Okay, so I believe it's something we are still working on because it's a gradual process. Until they see you doing something, or for actions to be taken for them to see consistently, they would not be too confident enough to sponsor or to support. So we are still working on it. As the time goes, I'm sure something will pop up.
Something will pop up.
Definitely.
Okay. Something will pop up. So how many are you as a team with the Bridge Effect?
Okay, so right now we have about 20 plus people, but not 20 to 30. Yes,
for the team?
Yes.
Wow. And all of you are stationed at Nungwa?
No.
Yeah, I had to ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, maybe it's a Nungwa code. So.
No.
Okay, so how did you come about the name Bridge Effect?
Okay, so with the name, it was actually the Gospel Project.
Okay.
Well, from years down, I had a documentation down for years. Yeah, and the title there was the Gospel Project.
Wow.
But moving on to the late of last year, I was like, if we title it the Gospel Project, the moment someone hears, it sounds like only Christians. But this is actually open to everyone. Even if you're a Muslim, some of these principles can apply to you. Most of these principles we see or hear around, they are basic principles everyone can use.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically we had to look for a name that can actually bridge the gap between every other religion and everyone.
Wow.
That's why they are still doing the Christian religion, but it's still open to everyone. All the principles, all the principles in religion,
and in life as well.
In life as well, because most of these principles are found in the Bible. They are found in the Quran. Just that we only deceive ourselves that we are different people, but we are all
one people. Okay. What is the main vision and the mission of the Bridge Effect?
Okay, so with the vision, I envision a community where everyone feels very loved and very transformed, that they can stand up and say, no, I came to this world for a particular reason. Not just to live and just exit the world like nothing just happened. But we all came here for a particular reason.
So if I right from the beginning of our conversation, if there's anything I've learned from you, you are more of enlightening people on how to make a purpose out of their lives. What inspires you for such a mission?
Okay. Alright, so always growing up, that's where I've learned most things from. Yeah, I've lived in a community where we play with people, engage with people, we play football with people. But as growing up and getting to some age, I realized everyone is going at a different direction. Everyone is moving here, everyone is doing this, everyone is doing this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it seems like you are not going anywhere if you are marking with someone. But everyone has his or her own personal mark in life. But if you are saying this one has gotten to this place, this one has gotten here, then that means you are going to degrade yourself. Yeah, I see a lot of people do that.
Okay.
And I think if you are able to basically identify some of these things at your basic root, you can actually leave this world without finding your purpose. Yeah, and sometimes it's not like you can find purpose at once. You can even get to 60 and you realize you could have been a barber. You have made money in just like than stressing yourself to wear suit and tie every day. Maybe if you had even be a barber, maybe you would have gotten to the privilege to barber the president. But you're struggling to enter the corporate world or struggling to basically do something. Not saying the corporate world is bad, but you could also be at the corporate world and also meet someone. maybe you too, you're also struggling to be at the market by then, or forcing yourself to be somewhere, but you could have also been at the corporate space and you would have engaged with people so that you can also have the exposure.
Okay.
So coming through, I think if you are able to identify some of these things, I feel life is basically about if you are able to identify this thing, you sail through.
Okay.
If not that, then you give yourself the wahala, you stress plenty. Thinking every day, oh, what can I do? Time is going, everyone is going, someone is trying to go to university, someone is trying to go to. But you are supposed to mark yourself by yourself.
Okay.
What did God say you are come to do on this earth? You are supposed to mark yourself by that particular thing, not by someone's timeline. Saying the person has gone this, the person has done this. So I completed SHS, and I spent some couple of years before I went to university. People were moving, it looks like everyone is moving, everyone is going, but at that point I was a bit down, a bit stuck. I got to a point where I thought that was all. I didn't really have anything to do. I just had to stay at home after SHS, and until something shine came up. So I realized I was forcing myself to go to KNUST. I was forcing myself, like completing SHS. Everyone wants to go to
the big universities,
or go to Lagos or something. So, but after a couple of years, I realized it's not necessarily going to KNUST. Even now, I'm still in KNUST. So you can still move from somewhere and you still get to that point
where you want to be.
So there are different routes to where you want to go to.
Okay.
So I started from Koforidua. First I was around Purdue University first before I moved to Koforidua, before I moved to Ghana Telecom.
Okay.
But completing Koforidua, I felt I've actually completed my mission, or completed everything in Koforidua. So when I was completing, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with everything. Then I'm coming back to Accra. So I think that was when I realized it's not really just about doing something, but just marking yourself according to what God has said, or what you have seen that you're supposed to do. What you have seen you're supposed to do. I think basically that's where the motivation and all the stuff came from.
Juliet, what do you think is the biggest challenge in society now, with people not knowing their feet in life, growing up? You engage people in communities, societies, as you put it, the bridge effect. So what are some of the things that you've realized has been the main bridge for them to cross in defining their lives, their purpose, or their destiny?
Okay, so the very first one that we've all, gotten accustomed to is peer pressure.
Wow.
Okay, so the reason why I am personally saying peer pressure is because I feel like we watch what our friends do, we watch what society does, and then we try to imitate it as best as we can.
Okay.
Now, if we are trying to follow on something that someone is doing, we have to always look at the good side of it and not always the bad side. Because children look up to whoever is taking care of them. So, like, let's say if there's a child in a society that they are without parents, or a guardian that is very strict, or watching their movement and everything that they do, mostly they look up to their friends and what they are saying and what they are doing. So I believe peer pressure is the very main one. And then second is also the funding aspect, because a child will always want to get more when they are seeing their friends getting more.
Okay.
So if they are getting the very basic needs that they need at home, or from their family, or from one or two people within the society, I think that will motivate them to actually step up their game and say, okay, because it's hard somewhere, at least I'll be able to push up and then work hard towards getting what I want to achieve. And then encouragement is very low. I would always say this because some of us, if we tell you our story, it will put tears in your eyes. We don't get encouragement as often as we are supposed to.
Okay.
And that's one major thing that I think we all need to do.
Okay.
It's not just about your children. It's about another child out there. You need to encourage the child. You need to motivate the child. Even if the child is stubborn, as we likely put it
So
to certain
if
children.
he's stubborn, I should encourage him to be more stubborn.
No, you should rather encourage the child in a different way. Instead of say like find a very important or good way to actually move the child from being the stubborn child, and then actually encouraging the child in a good way that, in as much as at least try doing things this way. So instead of maybe beating the child, we are kwalaboni, just say, minim say one year, but to the next time, you say, you'd realize that the child transforms and then reforms and then learns from the little things that you teach them, and then they also take it out to the society, and then the society also picks it up, and then it travels far.
Wow.
So those are the basic things
that you think.
Yeah.
Where do you think these things stemmed from? Is it from the parental guidance? Is it from the environment that we live in or grow up in and all that?
I think it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
First of all, if it comes to the environment, the society we live in, it depends. Sometimes you can live in a certain society that no one cares what you do. At the end of the day, you can just move and do whatever you want to do. No one is caring. But you can also move into a certain society that you can tell that they try to correct the child in as much as they know they have guardians at home. Now also the parents as well. Most of them are too busy. And we are not saying they shouldn't make money or they shouldn't take care of their child. But once in a while, even if you are busy, try calling, try checking up on the child, try taking the child's book, see what the child is interested in, find out what they are liking, what they dislike, what they are doing differently from what they've always done from since they've been a child or since they've been a baby. Because sometimes that's why we work on the purpose, because you realize that someone would say, I love drawing. Later on, the person turns out to be a journalist probably. And then you'll be wondering what changed along the line. Probably they didn't get the parental guidance to take them to what they are supposed to do, maybe a career path and all those things. And then also social media is a big factor in ways we actually don't know. When you go on TikTok every day, your FYP, your For You page, actually, it takes you to a lot of things. If you don't monitor your child is being exposed to a lot of things in the society, on social media, in every aspect of the child's life. The child is being exposed. All you have to do is just monitor. Monitor what the child is doing. Monitor what at least the people within your circle are doing, and then see what best you can do to change that.
Okay. So with all these things, I mean, NGOs coming in societies to support society, families, kids and all, it's a shared responsibility, right?
Yes.
Now you are doing your part as an NGO. What do you think should be done by, let's say, a child's parents, a society that let's say, Nungwa as a whole? There are challenges there. You've identified it. You are working towards it to help the people there. What do you think the society should also contribute in terms of some of these things that you try to fix?
Okay, so sometimes to coming back to Nungwa again, or coming to Ghana per se, some of these things result as of parents threatening teachers and other people because they are training their words. But I think at that point, you are not supposed to do that. At first, when they beat you, you can't even go and call your father or your mother to come.
Back in the days, yes, I'm at work.
Yes.
I'm rather than you.
I think you can even get a squad following your grandmother, your grandfather following you to come and fight the teacher because teachers find you small or something small. It's you can beat a child, but you can train a child. Not necessarily beating the child too. There's a way you can discipline a child that would make an impact. You're not beating the child like you're fighting. You're not beating the child like you're fighting, like you're doing boxing, but at least you have told the child, when you go to school, they've beaten you, Yabu. when the child comes, you ask the child, what did you do? What did you actually do before your teacher had to prank you or something, or had to do this? You need to understand that when you go, you know where to stand.
Yeah.
But I believe some people, they don't even ask for
like
what
once
happened.
as your child, you just full armor.
Sometimes it even happens like they rather threaten or they rather try to do something with self-defense. A teacher or something was trying to be a bit protective. Because I remember they had to beat someone at Nungwa some years back because of this thing, and the person actually lost their life because of that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think on the side of the parents and on the side of the community, when it comes to training up the child or the youth, we are supposed to also engage ourselves. Nowadays we see this SHS people around every day causing wahala, but first it wasn't like that. Monday morning, you hear your name at assembly.
That's the thing. You hear your name. I
think that's the role. The community too can do that. And as well, when some of these things are happening, they could support in one way or the other. Not necessarily money. You can teach a child, or you know how to sew, you know how to sing, you know how to do something. When you are able to transfer it to the child, at least the child, if that is not what the child is supposed to actually do, begins to find purpose. Gradually. When say, oh, we start to Pama there, after there. When say, no, it's not because of the sewing, but the fashion generally. So gradually, then the child would begin to move to that side. And that makes it quite interesting when it comes to the parents being able to participate and engage their children. So they have to come in to support when it comes to this.
In terms of these things, right?
Moving on, we are looking at projects that can help too with career. We are going to bring in people who would come and help with this kind of skills.
Handiwork stuff and all that.
We are all moving to I don't want to talk corporate plenty, but we are all moving to going to do someone's business. But we sometimes are made for a purpose. But we tend to struggle with someone's purpose.
But don't you think it's out of public esteem? Let's say the people feel that if you don't do this, the public has made it look like if you don't belong in this realm, you don't really value in society and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so, because most often the question people ask is, and that takes you to answer with, I work at Ghana Commercial Bank, I work at maybe tourism, or I work at this particular place. But the question is supposed to be, what are you doing now? Okay, fine. I'm making a change. How am I making the change in financial sector? I'm working at the bank. That is how the nature is supposed to be like. When you travel outside, or when you travel or speak with those people, it's not necessarily you have to work for someone before you can probably do something for the person. But you have the opportunity to start something gradually. And that is when you are also going to be seen, or you are going to be heard. But if you always want to be under someone, I remember one CEO told me that I can start something on my own. It's not necessarily I have to struggle with them at the workplace, because definitely maybe my skill and my talents, they can't pay me as much as skill and talent I have. But if I'm on my own, probably maybe in the future they'll meet me and tell me that I have something to do for them. And I believe it was quite sad when I heard that, but it was actually a motivation to me, saying that one day she believes that she's going to need my service, or her company is going to need my service, and I'll have to render those services to them in the future.
Not now.
Not now, because now I'm struggling to be in the team with them. Or maybe I could come even as a big man, coming to solve a problem or a challenge with them
on a contract basis.
On a contract base with them. But So I think that was also a motivation that made me go into the media and doing the photography and stuff.
Okay.
So
I see there's been a substitution in communication here. Welcome, Mr.
Thank you.
Eliza.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Eliza Tayman.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Eliza, as I said. I'm into photography.
Oh, okay.
Here in videography. I'm also into graphics and printing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So, how did you come into being a part of the bridge effect?
Okay, so I love children.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many kids do you have?
I don't have kids. And
Ah,
I have no siblings too. So,
you have no siblings.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I see kids as my sibling, as my family member. So I decided to join. So that's all about.
Wow. So, in your capacity, so far, loving kids and all, what do you think has been some of the challenges communicating the purpose of the bridge effect to these kids that you come into contact with?
Okay. How would I even put it? So you have to, for me, per se, talking to them.
Yeah.
I have to just tell them the benefit that they'll gain when they join.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just advise them. I tell them not to look at society, but to focus on themselves, what they want to do, and when they join, they're going to be in the best position that they want to be.
Wow, that's great. We've seen NGOs come, they make waves. Later on, we don't hear from them again and all that stuff. What do you think are the major problems NGOs face as an institution in this country?
Okay, so this question I've asked myself a couple of days, because when you go to social media, I'm a social media person, so I'm also into digital marketing too. I see that. Wow. I kind of look at the trends and looking through, I have to look at people who have started or they are in already. So I follow up on their dates and check, what's the last thing? Sometimes what's the last thing they posted? When did they start? Probably you get an idea of what is actually happening by now. And some of them you realize they don't post again. They don't post again. It gets to sometimes they don't post again. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning and you think about it, that you are thinking about just someone. Charlie, sometimes it's you have issues. You wake up, you have issues. You have to think about yourself. But you're thinking about making impact. It sometimes makes you feel down. Makes you feel down that people are going. You are saying you are engaging in NGO, you are helping others. You are really helping others, and you helping others too. No one is supporting you. So that could actually kill your spirit. And say. Just let it be. Whatever happens to the person, let it be. But like I said, everyone has this own purpose. You know why you're on this set. I also know why I'm on this set. I feel per se deep within me, I'm for a change. And I'm not supposed to wait to become the president of Ghana, or I'm not supposed to wait become an MP before I can make a change. I don't necessarily need power, but gradually we can make a change and an impact in the society. So sometimes the motivation has to come for ourselves and our families. Saying, well done, what you are doing. I can see the good work you are doing. A little word you say can motivate, because you don't know the mood I woke up in. And I have to just think, you are going to do kids radio. Where am I going to get the money from? Where am I going to get this from? I'm going to do this, but at least when you tell me, this thing you are seeing, Charlie, you are doing is very good. At least I wish I can support, but maybe now I'm not in a good position to support. At least it's a motivation. But if you are moving, Charlie, tell you, hey, okay, who are you? I said, if you are now, last time, you sometimes it can it can also kill your
Okay.
your spirit. So most of these people, I believe, is the oil or the motivation for them to keep burning.
Okay.
That is it. When you are not able to keep burning to some point, and it also comes to people supporting you and people holding you. Oh, you can do it. Let's go. If like I came up with this idea and I spoke to my friend and he says, "Oh, China saying the Yasi cry should forget." Who will be also better bank for. Sometimes it's not like we have everything, but the little we have, we just want to share with people so that they can also make an impact or also grow up to become. Yeah, but sometimes people say, "Hey, I've seen you nowadays. You are sharing bags and things. You are giving to children."
Yeah.
But some more I say, but I believe we have the power if we have legs and hands. There are some people, they can do it themselves.
Okay.
They can do it themselves. They only need you to train them for them to be able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that as a country, we've created a safe space for NGOs to thrive in? As a country, as an environment, do you think we've created a safe space for NGOs to thrive in?
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
Because some they do help.
Okay.
Yeah. So my answer is yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now the bridge effect. Your mode of operation. How is it like? Is it that you identify the people and you render your assistance? So it's possible that someone can just walk up to the bridge effect and say, "I present my problem. If I need your help, if you can assist me and all that," and you be accommodative to support that person.
Okay, so when it comes to that, personally, when you engage me with some of these things and I have someone I can link you up to help you in my network, I always do connect a lot of people to do business with them.
Wow.
But I always believe in you can do it. So if you have a challenge, I can link you to someone. You can probably talk to the person. And most of our initiatives now are community based.
Okay.
So we are looking at doing it in a whole, in a group, serving a particular people in a group, not the individual. But let's say doing the individual, and we identify a particular child or a particular youth that we see, oh, this is a good person. And when you are doing it, someone says, "Oh, I want to support this person with this because of the story. The story sounds good, so I want to support the person." It will come through us. We'll just link you up with the person, then you can engage with the person. So how we are able to also get to the problems is that we speak to people, we speak with the community, we visit the schools. They tell us their challenges, then now we can now come back. So visiting the schools, we realized they have some of these challenges when it comes to books and stuff. So that was why we had to target that. And we also realized they told us, this looks like the school system is quite different. Even the children are selling and doing other things.
The school kids, they are selling in school.
I don't want to mention, but those of the red, this one that is trending.
Really?
Yeah, some of the children.
Wait, is it the basic school or the SHS?
Even
the basic school?
Some are doing it. Yes, they are doing it.
Really?
Yeah. Because we are not really taking note of them, but they are doing it. So sometimes they are in the class, they have to sneak out break time and come. Yeah, they are doing it. It's happening.
So how did you get a report? Was it the school that informed you of these things, or?
So speaking with them and speaking even with their children, they tell you insurance there or behind my house. I've been seeing them do it. You can't even say anything. They don't want to smoke, but they are doing it. They are doing these things.
Wow.
That's where sometimes we get our feedbacks from. And when it comes to the books too and other things, I got the inspiration from my mother. Every day I see my mother carrying books to school. She was a head teacher. And every day she has to give people books and dress and bags and clothes. And
Okay.
So
Okay.
I realized there's a problem or a challenge at that place.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when she finished her tax, me too, I have to start my tax.
Your own, and then
Help.
That's nice. If someone wants to get in touch with Bridge Effects, how do they get in touch with Bridge Effect?
Okay, so you can get in touch with us by visiting our channels. You can send us a message, it will be a quick one, we'll reply. And you can also contact me with our social media. Instagram, we have the Bridge Effect GH. Then with TikTok, it's the Bridge Effect too as well, GH. Then with the phone lines, you can have 055 879 3801. It's not only funds we need, but at least if you can also come in as a volunteer, and you can also use your network to help, we are ready, ever ready to accept that.
Okay. Okay. So mention your handles and your phone lines again, so that.
So we have the Bridge Effect.
Yeah.
GH. That's for Instagram and IG. And we have the Bridge Effect for Facebook. Then we have the Bridge Effect at gmail.com for mails.
Okay.
Yeah. Then with the call, you can contact us on 055 879 3801.
Okay, 055 879 3801. Okay. Okay. So your last words before we leave you to go this morning.
So I want to thank everyone who has actually supported this initiative.
Okay.
Especially the donors from here and outside the country. I say I'm much grateful and look forward for everyone to come up for the kids rally and the initiatives let out. We're only doing these 3 initiatives for up to June.
Okay.
The rest will be measurements for metrics and stuff.
Okay.
So we'll measure the impact and see what's best. So I encourage everyone to also be part of this.
Encourage everyone to also be part of it. Eliza, anything for?
Okay, so we welcome everyone to the Bridge Effect. We want everyone to come and take part. Learn, and then if you have skills, bring it out. We also have our skills, we give it out to you. So we all benefit.
We all benefit, as you put it. So thank you once again, gentlemen and lady, for making it into the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. We commend you for the good works you do, and we open our doors to you. We always welcome with whatever media support you will need from us, and we would also support in any ways that we can. So once again, thank you for making it to the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. We will still keep in touch and see how best we can be of help to each other. So thank you. So that was the second segment of the show, the come up segment, and that was Bridge Effects, an NGO that is doing some philanthropical works in society. They are located basically in Nungwa, but they are worldwide, they are nationwide. So they put out their contacts there. You can get in touch with them if you want to be a supporter, if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be a volunteer. They are welcome to have you on board and share with you their dreams and aspirations, as you also share with them whatever support you will have for them and also for society at large. This is where we'll be ending the morning show today. It has been great having you. Thank you once again for tuning in with us. My name is Pakwesio Mare. On the shows with me was Deborah Dosu and Esinam Fiagbedu. Also before that we have Regina Bliss on the show for the morning review of the newspapers. My producer DJ Cham was here with me, DJ Rock also. Thank you all for making the show a successful one. We will be coming your way same time tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.